All right, dude.
All right, so I have a beef. I just have to complain. I do this every year. Every election year I do this. Why can't, because I live in California, right? And my vote, number one, never counts because the president has always been announced before they even pull my vote and go, one vote for him. But California never gets counted. They've already established who's president.
What about Hawaii?
Who?
Yeah, exactly.
They don't even leave their house to vote. They don't even think about it. They're like, seriously? They're 3 hours even worse than us. So my problem is this. Number one, why can't everybody's vote be one vote? And number two, why is it that we don't all vote in the same window? So let's start with everybody's vote counts as one. Let's start with that.
All right. Well, I mean, yeah, you talking electoral college. Yeah, that made sense. That made sense as a compromise when we were 13 states and when, we didn't have some massive state like California that has the same population as a whole country, right? And
you mean when Abraham Lincoln was fighting vampires back then?
Yeah, that's when. So that's a problem, right? We should abolish that. That's the first thing. But everybody voting at the same time. I mean, how do you handle the fact that you have time zones? And, well, how would you do that? I mean, how do you solve that problem?
Well, you would start take Hawaii, all right? 7 a.m. for them, right?
Right.
It's 10 a.m. for us, right? And 1 for New York.
Okay.
Right? So New York would be 1 to 8 p.m. voting.
Okay.
You get 7 hours. We would be 10 to 6 p.m.
Okay.
And then they would be 7 a.m. to
whatever.
1 o'clock or something like that?
I don't know, whatever.
Whatever it is. We do it on the weekend. Okay? Saturday, Sunday, it doesn't matter. You do it when people aren't at work or have to be at work. Most people. And then you do the same window and just shift we all do it at the same time. All of our polls close at the same time.
Okay, here's something, okay? Why do I have to go to a place and punch into a card, or why do I even have to show up? Why can't I do it online? Why can't I vote online? Okay, voter fraud. Please, there's been voter fraud since day one. Ballot boxes have been stuffed. You've got the government, the Florida government throwing out votes, the Supreme Court creating. I mean, come on, let's face it. If I had a way in which there was a way to prove I am who I am, sounds funny. I am who I am, and I can vote, then it's attached to my social security number. Done deal. Done. I voted.
Dude, we just do this. We'll do a retina scan. That's all. Do a retina scan on our webcam. Read my eyeball.
Wait.
It doesn't matter.
The problem is that not everybody has a webcam, right? I just need it, but I would say probably at least 60 to 80% of the people now have access to technology where they can vote, okay? Where they can just put in their votes. Why can't votes just be tallied? Why does it matter the state? Why does the state matter? Why does it matter where I physically live as to how my vote counts, right? You live in a state that's primarily Democratic and you vote Republican, you're doomed. And if you live in a state that's all Republican and you vote Democratic, you might as well not even have a vote. Okay?
Arizona.
Yeah. Well, just think about it though, right? I mean, my vote doesn't count because of where I live. Thanks. So that's democracy. Here's the other thing. I would love a no vote. I want you to get one yes vote or one no vote. Okay? So instead of voting for the other guy, right, you vote no on the guy you don't want. Because it gives a message of, this is why I'm voting. I'm voting to say, I'm voting for this guy, not because I like this guy, but because I don't like this other guy. But there's no way to tell. You just see yes votes.
Okay,
but
wait.
My vote no, it subtracts a vote from that guy.
Yes, I was going to say that. Yes. It subtracts a vote.
Yep.
So okay, I can see the nightly news. Okay, candidate A has 3 votes.
Exactly.
Candidate B has 5. We have a winner.
No. You don't get a yes and a no. You get a yes or a no.
Right.
Or a no, okay? So
but my no negates your yes.
True.
So it's 0 still.
Yeah, but it's not going to happen. Most people are going to vote, I think would vote yes for somebody. But I would probably vote no all the time. I would never vote yes because I don't ever like anybody.
I love the no vote.
I would just be no on you. You're the worst. You get my
anybody
no vote.
but him. Anybody but him.
Right. And another thing that would be really great and is have a second vote, right? So
have a what?
Have a backup vote, right? So you vote as my first choice and my second choice. And they're weighted, right? The first choice is worth, say, 2 points, and the second one is worth 1 point. And this way, that way would keep us from having a two-party system. And there's lots of things on the internet.
Yeah, it prevents, I want the independent. Let's say I want an independent, right? I know if I vote independent, my vote's going to be thrown out. There's no way. So my vote won't even count because everybody goes Republican.
That's not the problem. The problem is this. You have two candidates right now, right? If a third party comes in and splits the vote off the Democrats or splits the vote off the Republicans, then all the Republicans or the Democrats worry that voting for the third guy is going to split the vote, and therefore the other party will win by default. But if you have a second choice, that solves that problem, and we can get away from a two-party system. The thing is having two parties to pick from, right? And only two parties to pick from isn't a choice. That's not a choice. It's a monopoly.
No.
Right? It's a monopoly. There's a better term for it. I don't know. It's a poly. There's a term for it.
Duopoly? Isn't it duopoly or something?
Yes, thank you. That's it. It's a duopoly, right? So that's not a choice. They have the same control over us as a monopoly does. So
AT&T
anyway.
Verizon, there you go.
Yeah. Don't get me started on that. That's a whole nother video.
That's a whole nother talk. All right, so we all agree pretty much on the same thing.
Yep.
All right, I'm good.
All right, talk to you, man.